Right then, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. We're going to look at Mikel Arteta's press conference. He's been speaking about a couple of things, especially transfers and the performance, the general performance in preseason, which personally I think has been bogus. Of course, he spoke about a couple of things: injuries, Joe Willock, the reason that's why Joe Willock was not in training. And what is funny about that is said we will speak about it when we actually get the right time to speak about it. So, but basically, my concern is about James Maddison, the number 10, and transfers with Fabrizio Romano saying we are actually going to be signing in a number 10 as our next target, as our next signing. Do you think Mikel Arteta could have hinted or could have asked, could have told us something about the incoming number 10? Of course, my focus is there in his press conference, and the new season. It's coming. It's coming. So we're going to look at what he said in that press conference after the Tottenham loss. Do smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel, of course. That is a humble favor. Only asking you to subscribe. Let's get them to 40,000 subscribers. What about that? And obviously, the biggest thing you can ever do for me, is keep watching. Keep watching the channel. Keep clicking on the videos and keep clicking the like button. Right. So let us look at what Mikel, our manager, apparently said in that press conference after the game. He was disappointed. That's one of the things I know. He was really, really disappointed. So let's get into it. All right. So the Arsenal website are saying Mikel Arteta was understandably disappointed to be beaten by Tottenham on Sunday, but remains optimistic about the new Premier League season. This is a very good statement to someone who is stupid. But for us who watch the game, there is no optimism that Mikel Arteta has. I mean, that is our best. That was our best. There is no player that wasn't around. There is nothing new we expect to add to that side unless we make up more signings. All right. Our manager spoke to the media after the match, and this is what he told us. On the defeats, Mikel Arteta said to lose any game, to lose against them, obviously even more. Take the positives and learn for the next time to be more prepared and better. We took a lot of good things. We played with a lot of kids. Come on, Mikel. I didn't see this coming. He said we played with a lot of kids as well who did extremely well today. So I think it's good for the preparation. It's a lie. It's an absolute lie. Look, we didn't play with so many kids. We've spoken about the lineup, and wow, Mikel. This is absolutely negative. This is black PR. This is black propaganda. Like, how can you say we played with? How do you say we played with kids? We started with Lacazette, Aubameyang. We played Pepe, Smith Rowe, Lokonga, Xhaka, Tierney, Bellerin, Murray, Leno, and Ben White. According to SofaScore, our average age today on the pitch was 26.6. How the hell did we play with a lot of kids? That's a wrong one. I don't buy it. I'm not buying it. He's lying. And this is what and for me, I've always said this is what our season is gonna be all about. That is our season. That is what our season is gonna be. It's gonna come in press conferences and lie to us and try to persuade us and try to, deceive us, because that is what he does every press conference. You can't say that in a game we've watched. I mean, come on, Mikel, come on. We welcomed our first team back. We didn't play with a lot of kids. On Ben White's performance, he said, yeah, he was really good, but again, it's a match where they haven't played. So some of them have only trained for 4 or 5 days. So you can still see, and we didn't want to risk many more. But it was a good start. Okay, that was brilliant. On the preseason campaign as a whole, he said in terms of preparation, we have done everything we could with all difficulties we've had with this COVID world and surprises. I think we've improved a lot as a team, and we worked on a lot of things. In such moments, in games we put in some moments in games we put them away. We put them the way we wanted, and in some others we still made some errors that are still costing us games. Look, when talking about COVID-19, for me, I no longer care. COVID-19 has been here for now what, 2 years, 3 years. You can't use it as an excuse for your first season, the second season. Now it's the third season. You can't keep blaming COVID-19. We've got to start acting. We've got to start becoming the club we wanna be. So COVID-19, yeah, I might try to understand, but don't use that. Don't overuse it as an excuse, Mikel. You've used it for almost now 2 consecutive seasons. We are no longer that patient with you. On the importance of this on the importance of starting the season at Brentford with a win, he said, "Yeah, it's always great to start with a positive result. It's a tough place and a team that has been playing together for a long time, and the first game is always tricky, and they are really, really a good opponent. So we have to be better." We have to be better. If you say good, and one of the things I really love about him is he gives a lot of credit to his opponents, but he never says we've got to be better, and that is what we've got to be. If they are good, nice. We've got to be better, right? We've got to be better, Mikel. Right. Okay, Mikel speaking on the performance, and Joe Willock. Yeah, this is where I would love to actually read. Mikel Arteta was in a philosophical mood when he faced the media on Sunday after our Mind Series defeat to Tottenham. Our manager was asked about the performance, our attacking options, Joe Willock, and more. This is what he said. All right. So on the performance, he said it was a great test to play that type of game before starting the season. I think the game we had different phases. 10 minutes when we had some problems with high press and we were a little bit disorganized. After that, we got in control of the game and dominated. We had some big chances but didn't score, and they had one big chance and they didn't score. Second half, it was very interrupted with the amount of substitutions that happened. So to get a flow in a game is so difficult, and the game was decided in action where we made a mistake and we got punished. And this is what that is what I said in my in my match reaction. If you don't stop the mistakes, the punishments never end. So the good thing, I don't know whether he speaks proudly about it, but for me as a manager, if you speak about mistakes, the next press conference you've got to say, "Oh, we rectified them. We took a solution for them." But he never says that. Always he says we made a mistake. Until when do we have to listen to that? On Joe Willock and Rob Holding not being in the squad, he said two different reasons. With Rob, he was not available. He wasn't fit enough to play. With Joe, we will explain the reasons when we can. On whether it means Joe is leaving the club, he says it's all I can say now. When I can say more, I will let you know. I think Joe Willock is closer and closer and closer to joining Newcastle FC. The bids have been made, and the contract should be agreed. A deal should be agreed very, very soon. On whether we need to add more in our attack, okay? He said, let's get this. He said, what we have is what we have to maximize. And worrying about things that we do not have at the moment, there is no point. My energy is only on the players we have. Make them better and make them better and win matches. Okay. We'll see about that in the next season, bro. Right. He says on whether we will get a backup goalkeeper by Friday, and he says, I don't know. I repeat myself. We train with players we have available. We are trying to do the right things to improve the team in areas that are needed. At the moment, we have come. We have come so far, and the window is still open. Right, that is Mikel Arteta speaking about the game, transfers, and a couple of other things. I don't look. This time, I don't think he speaks a lot of trash. Apart from the lie, he speaks. He says at the beginning of the conference, "You should have cut it out. You should have cut it out." Right. But I think, he's absolutely spot on. You didn't expect much from him. He's a PR master. He's a spin doctor. He always speaks trash in terms of transfers and in terms of his press conferences. But I think he spoke well, honestly. With transfers and Maddison, it looks like the window is still open. He says the window is still open. So we are waiting for more transfers. The window is still open. People, I'll speak to you very, very soon. We'll do the player ratings and then we'll switch back to transfers. Starting next Tuesday, I'll be doing Brentford Arsenal. I'll be dropping a video Brentford Arsenal, and tomorrow I'm going to I'm going to produce what would be our our season preview. So it's dropping tomorrow. Make sure you do watch it to the end. It's gonna be around 19 minutes, and it's basically what our strength, our weaknesses, what we have to change, where we need to improve, and areas where I think Arsenal is okay. So what will our season be like? Predicting Arsenal's next season in that preview coming soon tomorrow. Make sure you do not miss.